cardio. So yeah, my bike, man, it's so I currently don't have a way to get around, and that's gonna be problems if I get interviews. So I'm kind of fighting with some things, and on top of that, Monday night, you guys may have seen, dude, thank you for the hydrate and the liquid protein, thank you. Um, Here's the liquid protein. Um, so another thing is Monday night, my guitar controller broke on stream. It is no longer fully functional. That controller was 6 weeks old, and the PC adapter for it was not even 2 weeks old, and it's already broken. So I'm not gonna have the money to get a new one or fix it or replace it or anything. So Clone Hero is most likely off the table. It's still playable, but the controller does not fully function the way it's supposed to. So we'll see. We'll see on that. Also, it's honestly been really stressful also because by the end of this year I have to find a new place to live. And granted, if I do not have a full-time job that's, paying my bills, that's not going to be possible. So right now, getting another job is a really big thing of mine that I've been focusing a lot on the past 2 days. Um, because that's really stressful. I've got about 3 months to find a new place to live. Um, so basically, this was just intended for when I moved out of my parents' house. This wasn't like a permanent place to stay. This was like, get on your feet, get going, get a job. And I lost that job, and it's just that was kind of my deadline. I was only supposed to have about a year here. Um, because I moved in close to the end of November last year, so it's already been almost a year. Um, so I've got till the end of December. Um, so that's definitely another thing on my mind. Also, when I was trying to fix my bike 2 days ago, my bike pump, my mobile bike pump, my hand pump, that broke while fixing it, so I no longer have a bike pump on the go if I get low on tire pressure. The only bike pump I have is the one that's kept here at the house. So that's another $30 down the drain that I won't be able to replace right now. And it's hard to talk about this. I don't It feels like a pity party to be honest, and it's like the fact that, I can't be responsible for myself as an adult and that I can't handle everything myself hurts. Yes, it's part of it's the economy, part of it's bad luck, part of it's timing, but in the end those are excuses. There are plenty of, 18-year-olds that move out and handle themselves in college at the same time. Um, and it's really just it's it's hard to bring up to you guys, but I want you guys to know where I'm at, what I'm feeling, what I may be going through, and why things may be changing. Because from here, depending on how this weekend goes for me and how I'm doing with everything, um, there may be a severe change to my streaming schedule after Sunday. Um, because I do not know how much streaming I can do with the stress that's currently on my plate. Trying to coordinate any kind of events. Um, just trying to find things to do to, have fun with you guys and be entertaining because it's not really that much work, but at the same time it's another thing on my plate. And sadly, I think it would have to be one of the first things I would cut out would be my streaming, toning it down, possibly taking a break from it. And so this is just me kind of, letting you guys know what's going on with me and, how I'm doing on a personal side. So this is not me looking for pity. I'm not looking for handouts. In fact, I really hate asking for any form of handouts or even suggesting them because it feels like I don't know. It just feels wrong morally on like an internal personal level, to be asking for other people to take care of you when you're not physically disabled, you're not mentally disabled. You have the capacity to take care of yourself. But if you guys would like, I do have merch you guys can buy, which would advertise for the channel. I make profits off of them. Yes, it does. That is a good way of putting it. It just feels like I'm, yeah, mooching off of other people. And exactly, I don't want to crowdfund my life. So if you guys would like to, buy my merch, I make a little bit off of that each purchase. Subs, if you guys are ordering over $75 in one order, you guys get free shipping and discounts as subs. Um, so that is, you know, that's an option if you guys want to be able to help. And then, yeah, bits help a lot. Subscriptions help a lot. Even just using my supporter creator code, if you guys, don't want to or can't throw money directly my way. But if you guys are spending V-Bucks in the Fortnite item shop, if you use my supporter creator code, that makes me money every time you guys do that. Using my supporter creator code in the Epic Games launcher, if you're buying games or add-ons, that also helps me. Um, it's just if you guys feel like, sending something my way, I would be eternally grateful. And I love this community as it is. I'm not expecting anything in any way, shape, or form because that that would just be a dick move. Like, oh, this streamer you guys watch and like is having problems, so now you gotta pay for every single thing. No, I did about 30 job applications yesterday on the computer and over the phone. That's what I was doing almost all day yesterday. I had a little bit of fun playing with the community yesterday night, but other than that, all day I was doing applications, trying to get interviews, and I was actually supposed to have an interview today when that bike tire popped. It was with a Waffle House, and I it my bike back tire popped on the way, and I had to walk part of it and get help from my dad to get there at least reasonably on time. Because I was like an hour away from walking when the bike popped. I was like 20 minutes by bike, and I got there. Turns out that job was not actually available. That post was supposed to be taken down 3 weeks ago on Indeed, and they didn't, and everything is automated. So when I did that application yesterday, it automatically reached out and set up an interview. Well, that location has not been hiring for 3 weeks. And so I had to wait for about 2 hours there with a bike I could not ride. I was like 3 hours from home by walking, and I had to have my dad help me get it back to the house. And so that was pretty upsetting, finding out that there was never supposed to be an interview scheduled. And it's it's disappointing how hard it is for people to get a job, and I'm experiencing now, but I've seen it for years. It's just kind of what's happening to the economy in the world. I don't want to get into any arguments, debates about politics, nothing about that. I want to keep this an open community, but I can agree for a lot of us it's been hard. I know other people in the community have been having trouble finding a job or finding a job in a career that they think that they can, that they can handle or will be able to tolerate working in, and it's tough, and it's a lot. It is a lot. Yeah, it's yeah, I feel you, Huey. It's just hard. That's the easiest way to put it. Is it's hard for everybody, for all of us, for me, for you, for our neighbors, for our friends, for our family. It seems like there's always something being thrown our way. It might be different for different people, but there's hardships, and I'm hoping I can push through it. Everybody else can push through their problems, but yeah, or when you may not have many people to rely on, or you've got people relying on you. It's definitely, definitely, and It's tough. It really is. It really is. And so yeah, I've got multiple things on my plate. Got to find a new place to live by the end of the year, got to get that bike fixed, got to get a job. And so or when you only have one family member left and yeah, yeah, I can feel that too, Huey, cuz almost all my family are out of state. It's my parents and my siblings that are in the same state as me and that's it. So yeah. Um so I think that's about everything update with you guys. So depending on how this weekend goes, Sunday may be my last stream for a while, or we may just have very drastic um, changes to my streaming schedule. I'm hoping to keep Fridays for sure. Doing our Fortnite Fridays because I have a supported creator code. I'd like to be able to advertise, do my giveaways. You know, possibly doing Mondays and it's that's all we can hope for these days is just hope and pray for everything and everybody. You know, no matter what religion you believe in, if you don't even believe in a religion, just, putting hopes forward that, things are better for the people we care about. That's the biggest thing we can do. Um, so yeah, it's tough. It's tough. So with that out of the way, um, that was basically everything I wanted to, let you guys know about, kind of get you guys up to date. Um, so yeah, let's kind of get back into Fortnite now. It's enough of a pity sesh. Back to what what we all love and enjoy, having fun, playing games, and getting to screw around. Who doesn't like getting to screw around and be stupid? Let's get back into it. Yeah, it's part of how I cope is humor. That's a big thing for me. So if anybody would like to hop in and play with us, join us for some OG or the current season or some creative, go ahead and send party join request, and we can kind of get it started. I would like to start with some OG at least for our first couple rounds, if anybody would like to come in, and then we can switch to the. Oh, dude, you're good. If you want to come in, that's great. Take his bones so he can get this ability. I mean, you know, paralyzed from the waist down. No bones in the legs. I could still game. Still got all that mobility and then disability. I mean, I mean, you know, not the worst way to get disability. I mean, you cannot leak the chat because then they'll know we're trying to get disability. But yeah, yeah. I see the idea. So if you would like to get in, send me a party join request in Fortnite, and then when you do, I do ask any mods that are active if you can pull them from the lobby VC to the gaming stream VC if they are joining, so that way we can hear them. I can hear them, you guys can hear them, and they can hear me in real time. That way we can get some good gaming going. So let's get to it. Let's get cooking. Okay, we've got Teleporter wants to get in. Send him an invite. You're joining Huey? Alright, we can get you in, Huey. We can definitely get you in here. Yeah, true, Abaddon. True. Very true indeed.
I'll pull him over. Hold on.
Alright, thank you, Huey.
Yep. All right, let's see. Move to